we should allow them to stay in this country.
Did anybody see the girl who moved to Africa and then hated it so much because they were racist towards her, despite the fact that she was African American, that they would turn off her electricity without warning. She couldn't make any money. They didn't have her snacks. And she was just like, it's so horrible. I need you guys to help me pay to get back.
Hi, everybody. I'm James.
And you know what? I watched that when it was popular, and it was just being painted as a scripted video that was being used for propaganda. And when I looked into it, it was not.
No, she actually left.
Oh, I know, but it was what it was being painted as. That was the common response was, this is scripted and fake.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Propaganda at its highest.
Well, it's because, I mean, overwhelmingly so, like, people could say what they want, but more people hate white people than white people hating other people, because there's less white people. It's just, it's analytically true.
Yeah, in the world population, we are the minority.
Yeah, I mean, we're the majority in first world nations, even though first world, second world, and third world doesn't technically exist anymore. It's just like a colloquial understanding we have.
Western society is dominated by whites.
And Eastern society is dominated by
He nailed it, didn't he, James? Perfect great transfer, beat the goaltender clean.
And all the Koreans.
It looks like the goaltender's tracking the puck really well. His movement is agile, but he just can't keep up to that quick release shot on the inside of the post.
Question, Chicken. I should probably go to sleep because I have to be up at... What time is it? In 4 hours. You how many times? Okay, well, I will. When you're live and I'm up this late, I will drop by.
Picked up along the boards by Elliott.
And look at
this, the official is calling a penalty shot.
I will No, I have everybody. I block everybody on the race. Everybody blocked on the race and trans side of TikToks because I didn't want to run into anybody.
I mean, I specifically told you that I was sorry, and then I missed you, and then you never talked to me again.
You're never in the lives I'm in.
What do you mean? You still have me blocked.
The Nighthawks have taken a 1-0 lead.
Unblocked anybody.
Offense is on face-off, and he wins the draw.
Oh, we're supposed to be... No, and to be fair, yeah, I don't join a lot of the old lives I used to...
What? No way!
Under those individual people. Not necessarily people on the panels, but like the specific hosts and stuff, and Duncan definitely not.
One-timers are hard to see.
Yeah, Duncan's helped me through a couple of things lately.
I've dealt with that before. No, Duncan treated me like garbage, and I just got tired of it. Like, I really got sick of it, so I just moved on from that. I get that you don't like it. If you don't like me, that's fine, but you don't need to treat me like crap. That's what I'm saying. Like, pretend to like people, like, sure. But, like, come on.
Duncan hates people. He doesn't pretend anything at all.
No, but he did pretend with me. That's the point. He pretended to like me, but he treated me like crap. Like, that was true. And that's one of the reasons why I got sick. Like, just to be honest, I don't even really dislike Duncan as a person. I just dislike how he treated me.
Situation.
Officials are in position, and both teams are getting ready
on anything or attacking anybody. I'm just letting you know transparency. I already know you're friends with people that I'm not friends with, but it doesn't mean that I don't still want to be friends with you.
And that's poked away. Slammed into the wall. Takes control of the puck.
W something else, but I can't remember what the rest of the W was.
And the redirect has arrived. Players work too hard to have the puck on their stick and to get to scoring areas to not hit the net. Even if they don't score, they'll get a rebound if they beat the defender. And look at the hustle here as they wave off the icing, Cheryl. Intangible, that is the word this coach is looking for. The aggressive ability to get on that puck and to
I don't know, TikTok something. I don't know. the ring isn't green anymore, okay? I have 4 kids now, and like each kid is supposed to take 2 grains. One down to 2
So many, actually, to be completely honest. And I don't mean many like all over a lot. I just mean like, I always think of you as a mom with like 1 or 2.
I only have 2, but you know, that's one now.
Can change. You never give up because you never know what's going to happen.
Game on. Here in the later stages of this period.
I really do need to go to bed. I love you, chicken. Talk to you later. Good night, Bass. Good night, everybody.
Love you. Good night.
So, chicken, why are you pro-choice?
DeFazio's taking it from his own end. Moves the puck
It
along
is
the wall.
funny.
Oh, and it just gets a piece of it to
It's
keep
my
it out.
choice.
Goaltender covers it up and we're going to reset here.
Do you have any paperwork that actually?
Yes, wait, hold on 1 second. Let me get it.
Puck is dropped and wins the draw here in the defensive zone.
I'm waiting. I'm actually waiting. I want to do this on. Every time I've been on Meatball's panel, even though I'm a mod for her, like it's always been like a really serious debate. I haven't had a chance to do it, but I'm waiting until it doesn't get serious. I asked her to show me the paperwork that proves that she has property rights on her body.
This time it's denied, but it does
Show
make
me
it to
the
the
deed
net.
to a home.
And we're moments away from getting back underway here with the puck drop.
Physical evidence
Dupuis won the faceoff.
over specific property. I'm just waiting for her to show me the paperwork that she has property rights over her body.
Hits the bump about the puck. And a nice takeaway in the defensive end by Cap. Into the offensive end. Right up the middle. Fires it on net. And there's a block of
Right here.
Here's a sprint for the loose puck. Good fight for the puck along the board.
This isn't the official game. It is my body.
Elliott stick handling in his own zone.
Hey, chicken, you know you're never gonna
I'm racing.
TikTok live. You're never gonna feel one as much as I have. Of being on, like, I'm on Meatball's panel as a mom, right? I'm in control of the situation. I'm muting people. I'm telling people, like, no, she's right about this. You're wrong. I'm telling pro-lifers this as she's arguing for pro-choice. And the entire comment section is just cheering my name, right? And then they find out that I'm an abolitionist. And everyone in the comment section just has this moment of realization being like, I really like this guy, and now I'm mad that I like this guy. What is happening right now? He's like, you know what? I'm watching them all to concede to the fact that I'm a great person. Well, I mean, as great as I can be. And I try to be a good person, and I try to be genuine whenever I speak. And it was just such a weird, surreal moment to just watch a wave of people. The realization all at the same time, and then all you can concede the fact that it's not my position that makes me who I am.
Yeah.
We keep going with it. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like, that's a really good feeling.
Athlete here, James, but to do it at home and have all of those caps flying on the ice, it's a pretty special one.
Because I'm being honest.
I love the abolitionist. Just kidding.
True abolition. No, that's anything like that. That's a chicken, but that's the funny thing. None of it came out of any of their mouth. Not one time. Not one time. The pro-lifers, yeah, but not the pro-choicers.
Right, Smokey. Are we in there? Wait, how are you?
I think
I just love this play, James.
Are you old enough to be here?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm 33.
Put it on your stick and then bury your chance. That's a great play all the
Hey,
way
are you a
around.
Christian?
That's right. Try my
It's
best.
all about the effort and habits, not turning away from the net after the original shot, James, but continuing
So,
to
yes,
track
you
it
are a
and then
Christian.
deposit in the net.
Yes, man, that's right.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on the Bruins?
He's an Andrew Wilson fan. I can tell now. I had to check his profile to check his Yankee man. And as soon as I read his name, I'm like, he's an Andrew Wilson fan.
You gotta give it to him now, regardless of how you feel about it. That name is friggin'.
To be completely honest with you, I think he's a great debater. I would rather debate against him because I think I'm a veteran clock. But I don't think that I'm smarter than him, or polished, or whatever. Like, I'm not jealous of his wife. I think his wife needs to be a little quieter if what he's going to say is true. If he's going to say, I believe in X, she needs to believe. That's just my opinion. That's why
She's the new. She's the pop.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think he practices what he preaches, okay? He preaches submissive women and people who live in traditional lifestyles, yet he has a more modern traditional lifestyle that most people wouldn't adopt that view and then say that what he's doing is correct. So I like this, what he's doing. I just...
Do you think Rachel isn't traditional?
No, I think she's too hyper-aggressive. No. I think she's too hyper-aggressive for what he preaches.
In real life or debate?
In debates, yeah, in debates. So what I'm saying is, someone who does that type of action isn't someone who is emulating those values. So from a third-party perspective, it's going to look like she's not a submissive woman. Obviously, we don't know that. Yeah, so I don't disagree with Andrew Wilson. I like Andrew Wilson. I just think in the public eye, it's antithetical to his viewpoint for him to say, I value X, Y, and Z, but she only meets baby X and
Do you think they think of that?
I think they don't care. But I think they don't care because I think they believe it. I think they don't care because they believe in it and they're just using it to an end. Whether or not that ends just for financial gain or to spread a message is irrelevant to me. I became a Christian specifically because of Andrew Wilson. So I'm going to give him credit. I'm going to give him credit because he made me critically think on levels that I wasn't willing to think.
Are you
within the school? That's what attracted me to Christianity, and I've been a Protestant ever since. It wasn't orthodoxy that attracted me. It was the idea that you can still be an intelligent person and not have full understanding of how everything works. And that's kind of, like, I guess the hurdle I could never get over.
A big face-off here inside the offensive end.
I start my catechumen in 3 weeks. Is it last week?
This would be something like IVF.
I would say no. Yeah. I
think I know this already just by reading it.
Yeah, my people as well. But you guys are good people.
That's pretty normal when you're coming into your first game.
I like the King of Wagasa.
JD is really smart. I love Jay Dyer. I love Jay Dyer, but here's the thing: he doesn't have personality. He's like me. Like, I'm very autistic. He doesn't have personality? Are you kidding?
He's a walking book.
Yeah,
I need to address the other guests. Kathy, can I get your age, please?
Be quiet.
19. Okay, are you a Christian? Currently the patron? That's it. Oh, I don't know what to say, like, melehe, you know, melehe. A little bit. Melehe? I don't know what that is. Are you a Christian? I don't know how to say it. Do you believe in Yahweh? Like, if I believe in God, yes, I do believe in God, but I'm not currently like a Christian. Like, I wouldn't call myself a full Christian. I do believe in God, though.
Looking at Christianity right now. I love it.
Most of the things like pretty good English had that fumble on the first half.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on IVF is an abomination to God? I kind of think it is. You kind of think it is? Wouldn't it be like people playing God?
Yeah,
like,
That's not a few church. She's gonna write this stuff.
She didn't show her work, but guess what? She's got the right answer. Yeah, it's people playing God. Exactly right.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared of IVF because if you can already create embryos, what makes you think they won't be able to create clones?
Dude, Selena Gomez is
Think about it, guys. Oh my gosh. Clones are going to rule. I guess as long as we arrive at the same destination.
got married.
This is real, guys. I'm really passionate about it.
Did you notice that she didn't speak English until we agreed that she wasn't Christian? Wait, un momento. I need to ask the princess her age.
See.
Princess, are you there?
Hi.
Hi, what's your age?
I'm 19.
Okay, are you a Christian?
I was prisoned.
Christened?
Prisoned.
For a second, I thought she said she was in prison.
I thought prison
Is that
was.
your way of saying you were baptized? What does that mean?
Basically, in
Yeah,
England,
like
you
sprinkled.
get christened.
Yeah, you get sprinkled at the Catholic Church.
No, at the Christian. The Church of England.
Oh, the Church of England.
I was baptized Anglican.
So Princess Anglican, IVF is an abomination to God. What are your thoughts?
No.
No?
Oh, it's not real. It's not real.
Okay, wait. Can you give me an argument?
God's not real.
You just said that.
So you're not a Christian?
No, I told you I was christened, but I'm
Wait,
What's the argument for that?
It's not real.
Yeah, what's the argument for that, Mike?
I've never met him.
Hey, I've never met you. Does that mean you're not real?
You just met me. Hi, my name is Princess.
No, I haven't met you. I'm talking
You
to
just
you.
have. I
Hey,
just
guess
told
what?
you.
So guess what?
Okay,
Then you've met
Pookie,
God.
calm down.
You've met God in the Bible. You've met God in the Bible. Hi, his name is God.
I don't accept him.
Wait,
Oh, okay. So you
Princess.
just
He didn't come to
isn't
my
that
house.
what a baptism is?
He didn't come to TikTok Live, and he didn't say, hello, my name is God.
You should
So
tell hello, my
that's
name is
proof.
God.
So is that proof that baptism isn't regeneration then?
Also, oh,
Because you don't believe in God? And you were
That'd be
baptized?
an even better question. If I was to say to you, hello, I'm God, does that mean I'm God?
are you God?
I just said, hello, I'm God. Does that make me God? Yes or no?
Or
Under
you
your
could be a God of something else. You could be like a
I'm a God. I'm a God of your life.
of mine.
Do you accept me?
No.
Oh, okay. So even if God did come to TikTok Live and present himself to you directly, you would still reject him. Okay.
Yes.
So, Princess, I need your argument for why IVF good.
IVF gives women who are struggling to conceive an option to have children and to be able to live their long life dreams of cleaning up after little rascals.
Yeah, why option?
So Kaylee,
I don't want to have a child that isn't mine.
wait, so Princess, hold on a second.
Okay.
So, wait, I need Kaylee. Kaylee, yep, I'm gonna let Kaylee cook, so go ahead.
I can what the argument. God isn't real, and IVF is good.
But IVF good because IVF good because it gives women children.
Yes.
Is there any bad ways to give women children?
Yeah, through grape. So,
Okay, so then that counts for it's good because they would admit that there was women children. So any IVF are good.
because it helps women who are struggling to conceive naturally.
Okay. Rape does that too. If the
Grape
problem
is
is
bad.
male.
Grape is no.
But why is IVF not? You're just asserting that IVF is good because of this, but you admit that this is not a principle that can be carried on to other circumstances.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so you have this principle on why you think IVF is good. And I have taken that same principle and applied it to another circumstance.
Yeah, but they're not. Rapists aren't going and putting IVF in women, are they? They're putting their winkles in women unconsensually.
What's the difference?
One's bad, one's good.
Well, here's the point. Did you think that got raped? Did it consent to it?
They literally eating's gotta chill. Yeah, you gotta chill.
Guys, okay, so I'm going to give you a little story, okay? There was this man
No story.
You can give a hypothetical. You can give a hypothetical.
I'm giving you a question. I was never great.
No, an anecdote that would be necessarily true, even if it's not from your position. A hypothetical is something that isn't a situation that is currently.
Are you testing a principle that I have set forth?
Hypothetical. I don't want to say what I want to say.
If you don't want to answer,
No.
there's no
No,
reason.
princess.
Please.
This isn't how this works.
Oh, look how much
To the cages.
Are you testing a principle that I have already set forth with whatever story you're about to give?
Maybe.
But that's the answer.
Yeah, but you'll find out if you let me say it.
Actually, I might not find out if I let you say it because it has nothing to do with this conversation.
But it does.
Do you have sisters?
I have two.
And are you really close with your mom?
I love my mom.
Me too.
And where's Pops?
He's sleeping in the room next door to me, next to my mom, all cuddled up in bed. Mom,
That's awesome.
I love
Are
her.
you sure you're of age, dude? I'm beginning to think this is.
I just love life.
Okay. I mean, it's really uncomfortable. Like, she's exactly, she's like 17, 16. You know those kids that now I see the videos of them acting stupid.
I've been silent this whole time. I know someone said something about Jay Dyer, but we can talk about Trent Horn instead as well.
No.
No.
Talk about the clothes. Can we talk about the clothes that are being made in labs?
I don't think
I guess it's all friendlies up here, so.
I don't think cloning is possible yet.
IVF.
No.
IVF is possible. The clothes are
No,
possible.
no, but-
Are you good?
None of us
Wait,
right
that's
now.
not true. Wait, that is in no way, shape, or form true. What are you doing? You know how cloning?
Can't be true.
No, it can't be. So here's the problem. No, listen. I've done this. This is actually something I actually debated for Meatball's position, a pro-choicer who was getting inundated with like Rosella and a whole bunch of pro-lifers that were being very disingenuous, trying to claim that we've been able to gestate for 12 days a human being in an artificial womb. Okay, that's a lie. That's never happened, and that's the reason why cloning humans isn't possible currently. It's not an ethical
Very
commitment.
possible. It's
No,
very
it's not. No.
possible to make a clone. The possibilities are
Listen.
very small, but it's still
No,
possible.
no, no.
I'm telling you.
I'm saying it's not currently possible.
If they can
I'm
do
not saying it's
IVF,
never possible.
if
I'm
they
saying
can do
given.
IVF, clones like they,
No.
I'm telling you.
I'm trying to explain to you I've done the research. Why are you not listening to me? Those two things are not linked.
I've done my research.
They're-
Clones are
Can you
possible.
tell me how they're linked? Can you tell me how cloning and IVF are linked?
Cells. All I gotta say is science. Sales?
That's cells does not give me any explanatory power as to what you
Sales. I thought she said sales. Like
Kathy,
sales.
I want you to know you're wrong.
I'm telling you. Clones are possible.
I'm assuming Kathy's a Christian.
And we're all gonna be cloned. And at this point, it's not even gonna be real people. We're all
So
gonna
wait,
be Christian. We
wait,
established
am I
that.
talking
Yeah.
to you right now? Are you a clone? Are you the clone? Where's the real Kathy?
No.
Wait, no, I didn't get an answer. Is she a Christian? Okay, so if you
No, what type of Christian, what flavor of Christianity do you subscribe to? Pentecostal.
oh my god.
Oh, so she's barely a Christian.
I would never say barely a Christian. I think that's a terrible thing to say personally. I will say gross. I will still say gross Pentecostal. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. They speak in tongues, right?
Hey. Yeah,
Some do. It depends on your like what.
Oh, so that's why we couldn't understand what she was saying. That's why we couldn't understand.
Aspects are perfected. You can show us how to speak in tongues.
Me? Not me. That's why we couldn't understand what she was saying at first. Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
So let me ask Kathy a question. It's important, Kathy. So do you think that our minds are attached to our brains or attached to our souls?
Minds?
Yeah, like, so I would say that the brain is something that would allow you to have thoughts within your flesh, right, here in the physical world. But we also have souls given to us by God if you're a Christian. So then you would understand that there would be a distinction between what is the brain and what is the mind. And I think that the mind, it interacts with the brain, but it resides within the soul. What do you believe?
I think mind is just the way we think. So technically, wouldn't that be?
That would be brain.
Like,
that
wouldn't
would
that be like
Yeah, that's
how your soul is?
So no, mind is something that's going to allow you to perceive the things that are external to your current reality, right? So the reason why you're able to identify and believe the things that you do is because of your mind, not your brain. Your brain is why that metaphysical commitment basically manifests in reality, in the flesh.
Wait.
So it exists.
I'm way too high for this right now.
I'm high too. That's not an excuse. Lock in.
R&D.
Ranking the best.
Okay.
No. I'm showing you why they're not. I'm showing you why they're not.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, get her off.
Lord have mercy.
You're in a cult, dude. You don't have.
Hey, read this. Read this.
Right.
Take this for yourself.
Yes, I agree.
Like, it's so frustrating because it's like being on a substance is justification for something. Like that's like, first of all, don't be on a panel if you're on a substance that you can't contain within yourself and still represent yourself properly.
Everybody's reading the ESV level.
I think as the moral of the story is don't be Pentecostal, you won't be speaking in tongues.
Sound like the
I'm not attacking them for being Pentecostal. I'm attacking Pentecostal.
Oh.
That's what I'm attacking. I'm attacking Pentecostalism. Whatever. I'm done with that. I'm done with the belief that it's okay for me to attack someone because they believe something different. All because I'm semantically reducing the word attack to mean something very different than what it would actually be.
So is it possible, because, I was watching the prequel trilogy of Star Wars for like the 800th time, can I make like a clone trooper army?
Sure, yeah, but they wouldn't be people. Yeah, you can clone the physical body of something. Like, it is entirely possible for them to, but it's not going to function. It's not going to be, it's not going to exist. They can't recreate the things necessary. So, that's the same thing. Like, they can do this with, animals, because number one, they can gestate these animals artificially a lot easier, and number two, the criteria that are required for them to actually duplicate is much smaller. Like, it's still the same entity, but it's not the, it's still the same, duplicate of something, but it's not exactly identical.
Oh, are you saying, I forget, do you believe in hylomorphic dualism or whatever? Do you believe in those?
I think that it could be true. I have a different dualist stance necessarily, but I don't deny.
Okay.
I actually don't do a lot of soul debate. That's something. That's not one of the things in the metaphysical realm that I actually debate a lot. But it is something that if a Christian is going to say, I believe in X, and it goes against the very nature of what we are, I'm going to at least bring it up so they understand, in order for us to have a soul, there has to be purpose behind it.
Let's see. Do you think the mind and the soul are the same thing, or they're different?
No, I think that the mind is attached to the soul. So I don't think they're the same thing. But I think that, this is my view, is that I believe that the mind is a part of the soul, but that is how that interacts with the brain, physically. So that's why our brains would be functionally what we view as.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mind, body. But I believe that when our soul separates from our physical body and the flesh, I believe our mind still operates.
Oh.
Even if it's not the same way.
Okay.
Like, it won't be attached to the flesh anymore. It'll have no attachment to the brain. So all of the ways that we understand experience will not exist the same unless it is true that we are given a new flesh.
Okay.
And then it will interact with whatever that flesh is.
Okay, I see.
One of them has her invites option. She said she can't come up, and then I don't know if you saw the other one.
Well, he's in tight to the net,
I
James,
think
and you
I'm
know
gonna find
he's
it
not
quick
that much
enough.
time or space to get it
Yeah,
off, so
it's very complex, that kind of stuff.
It is. And you know what's funny is, like, I don't like talking about it in a debate sense. So, like, the people that I can have these conversations with who detest me, people like, I don't want to have these conversations with them because it's just going to become an argument. I'm looking to have the conversation for better understanding in those kinds of ideas. I'm not looking to say that my view is true.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you stole my weed, say that.
That's the devil's lettuce. That's the devil's lettuce.
Bailey, you're pregnant.
Because he skated himself into no man's land, ran around our real estate and gets
Well,
nothing
you know,
for it.
what's really funny is that there's very little evidence that that kind of usage, that specific kind of usage, obviously, like the inhalation of the smoke and the other things, sure, but the actual substance itself, there's not a lot of evidence that it actually does anything to the individual necessarily. It's usually the things that are associated.
Is it?
I think
Isn't it? I heard it's like linked.
I think that if you eat it, it actually doesn't cause like medical, like there's no like harmful medical effects, if I'm not mistaken.
I heard if you do it excessively, it's like linked to schizophrenia. I'm not sure that's true. I don't know.
Well, no, I think that anything can be true, sure, but I think that would just be predicated on whether or not it is possible to have some kind of mental illness absent the mind. And so, like, if it's a function of the brain that the mental illness exists, I believe it.
Oh, okay, I see.
If it's a function of the mind itself, I would disagree. I don't think that the tetrahydrocannabinoid would have any impact.
I see. Well, speaking on the prompt, actually, because I sent Chicken this video that was sent to me. So there's this woman in Georgia who is supposedly charged for taking, I don't know, I think Chicken sent it herself. It's this something, this, I don't know.
She took oxycodone with mifepristone.
Yeah.
She did not do an abortion within the pro-life, like what they lay out, what is legal for women to do. So because she went rogue and took oxy instead of just doing the misoprostol and the mifepristone, that's why she's even getting charges. I mean, the child was 5.5 months gestation. She went to the hospital. That's how they even knew the child was born alive and then died. So, yeah.
Okay. I see.
But here's if she would have just followed what the pro-life laws say, she would have been protected.
Well, the thing is, the pill doesn't. I know people have attempted it, but the pill really doesn't usually work that late in pregnancy.
This is what it does. The first pill, no. The first pill will up until about 13 weeks to where it will actually kill the child before their birth. But the second pill is the same medication used to just induce labor. So
right.
You can just birth your children alive and let them die.
Right.
That's not right. My wife is mifepristone. Is that what it is?
No, that's not something that your wife would take on a regular basis.
No, it's what she took to reduce labor when she was having a son.
That's probably Pitocin, but there's a pill version. Yeah, but there's a pill version of Pitocin, which is the second pill in the abortion concoction.
Which one?
I love what you say. Chicken, some of the things that you say, I love them so much.
Well, I asked the question. You don't think it's going to affect the laws at all? You don't think it might present like, oh, our laws are lunacy, right? You don't think it's like gonna like point out like a hypocrisy in a legal system in Georgia, or?
I'm not sure. Because I'm sure the pro-life movement has said, oh, we banned abortion in Georgia, which is obviously not true. I mean, she might get in trouble, but she's not going to get a murder charge, even though she went outside of what pro-life says.
Well, I think they did say. I think they. What?
Bail.
Oh.
Yeah, she did get the dollar bail. So.
I thought she was charged. I thought she's just not. I don't think she's just going to get the
You can
conviction.
get charged without it. I mean, you can get charged. Like, there's charges, but they're pending charges. Like, she's not.
All right.
Like, it happened 3 months ago, but they're just now, like, getting around to it.
Oh, okay, I see. This isn't a new case.
Let me ask you. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Me, yes. Go ahead.
All right. Perfect world, exact things go right for abolitionism, and you get exactly what you're hoping for, exactly what you're pushing for. Okay? A 16-year-old gets an abortion. What happens to her legally?
She'll go through the same legal process as anybody else, and they will find out, like...
Which website?
So here's the thing is, if they do find out that she committed the murder, that means, like, she fully understood, like, she knew, like, I wanted to kill this child, so why would she get anything different, you know what I'm saying? Like, earlier,
still on top.
Earlier, Braden
I'm sorry. Will we say that this is my main question? My main question is this. Are you saying in every case and always it's murder? Because even when we talk about humans unaliving other humans, I guess we can't call all of those murders. Even absent self-defense. Like, definitionally, you have other terms for a reason.
Yeah, but so here's the thing is, since abortion would be redefined as just another type of murder,
definitely
as if it were with a gun or whatever. So it's like
so if you in a crime of destruction in a quick moment, right? If you pick something up and you bash someone over the head and you unalive them, are you getting a murder charge?
And find most women. I don't know, but abortions. I'm not sure, but I know that that's not how abortion works. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't just, like...
No, but I'm saying we're talking about children. So I'm talking about a 16-year-old kid, right? I'm talking about a 16-year-old who reacted
it would depend on the circumstance.
In a moment. So if a 16-year-old reactively in a moment made a very highly emotional, responsive decision, like, I'm not even talking about I'm planning on going and getting this pill and doing this. Sure. I mean, she literally just starts beating her stomach. And she ends up forcing a miscarriage. A forced miscarriage would be considered an abortion, right? Like, we would consider it the same thing.
Yeah.
So would we consider this murder in the same way as if she did it premeditated? And I'm saying this because this distinction matters.
I would say
this is a very important thing.
I would say yes.
I only know that she would react like sort of like emotional, like psychologically incapacitated, like you might be able to get like some sort of leniency through the court, but her charges would still be murder.
I'm just worried that I don't know, like, at this stage of development, what equal rights and protections would look like. Because logistically, when you use and break down semantics, certain rights that would be necessary to afford the fetus that we provide no other human. So I'm just curious as to if the legislation does have any kinds of holes that would constitute problems for when we have, like I said, young children who obviously did that thing.
Yeah. But there are already, I don't want to call them protections, but there are already stipulations within the law to deal with minors. We just have to say equal rights, equal protection.
The abolitionist gospel center, also at the same time within.
Yeah, we're just saying that. So we don't have to do anything. Yeah. Yeah. So we don't have to do anything. We don't make legislation for it.
Yeah, no. I know. I'm just worried that I'm not like, it's not like a contention or anything. Sure. It's just something that's always been in my head. What
already happens to minors that commit crimes like this? Like I said, there's already statutes in place for when minors are involved with crimes like this. So there's nothing that we need to do. We just say abortion is the act of murder, and all humans are equal. So
I know in the specific case you said it was like an emotional case, like, but like there are cases where minors have been charged of like, you know, adult, like there are minors who have like done school viewings, and they were charged with like, you know, adults. It's not common, but like there's like some minors who are like so like deviously
That's
like
what I'm saying. So,
yeah.
So my curiosity would be, could we? My thought is, I would be hoping that like young girls who do this action wouldn't be tried as adults. If this was something that they did on their own, they didn't owe anybody anything. If they did something crazy and irrational, they weren't thinking. They did what kids do.
How would they know to murder their child? How would they know to murder their child?
They would know the ideas of the concept because the information exchange, the internet, we have shorts, things that allow people to have. But here's the difference, though, Chicken. And there's a reason why there's an age of accountability, because there is a certain point of development that we go through as people where we understand things better on like a normative level. We can understand the implications on harming someone else and what that actually means. That doesn't always exist within all of these young kids. So from my perspective is I would just hope that we would still hold that line between which we're going to be able to, we can draw a comparative distinction legally that there are some that will be tried as kids and some tried as full adults.
What was your...
Yeah, like I said, there are already statutes in the law that deal with minors that commit crimes like this. And then if it's found out that the parents had anything to do with it, they will also be culpable for this because they're essentially responsible for the child. We see this as
I think I would also think, and here's the thing, if the parents had anything to do with it, I think that the implication should be that the child is no longer tried as a child either. So I think that there's my distinction for me personally. Even if it's good or bad parents, it's irrelevant. If you have the two people that are responsible for you, that are in charge of you, making the decision for you and with you, or either or, I believe that you should be tried as the adult you are. Because you took the time, you went out of your way, you reached out to someone else, it was premeditated.
Sure, and I also think that if a child does that just on their own without telling their parents, I would also see that as some form of neglect, but that's just my personal opinion, that if the child there has to be some sort of disconnect between parent and child if they are willing to hide this sort of crime from their parents. I just don't.
Well, I think shame does that to people, and so I can't personally agree with that. I see definitionally, shame is something that you don't want to come forth with. Yes, so that is. So shame is I am bad, and then what's shame, and then what is the other one?
Pride?
I agree with you. I'm saying that my point is the child feeling shame and not feeling. I don't see that as necessarily causally linked to neglect. I don't believe that, because I think I can love my daughter and teach her all the values, and she believes that my dad would disown me if I was pregnant right now out of wedlock. If my daughter believed that, and all of a sudden she had doubt on whether or not I would understand, and she committed an action, there's no neglect there. I love and adore her. But she made a mistake in thinking and not understanding the relationship.
Yeah, what allowed a 16-year-old to be able to go through with this, though? Why, what have you given your 16-year-old that you didn't give your 10-year-old? Because your 10-year-old doesn't have the ability to just go to an abortion clinic or do whatever.
I think it's just how...
You've given us some kind of freedom, which is on you.
I would disagree. I think
but that wouldn't be necessarily neglect, right? Like there's a lot of people who are.
I would say there's flaws in your parenting. There's flaws in the parenting of your child.
I'm not legislating that parent to be obligated to something because of this instance necessarily. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm saying that shouldn't be automatic. That doesn't make sense.
I think you could be a good parent and still, because there's a lot of good parents and their daughters.
It's not even about being good. It's not even about being a good parent. It's if you are parenting your child in a way where
they feel shame about everything that they do, which is, I am bad and I am going to hide things from you because you make me feel shame.
No, just this one thing. That's what I'm saying. I was saying in this one instance, this abortion thing, she's like, oh my God, my parents are gonna think I'm this and that. I went and I had sex. This is the one time this happened, right? I've met people like this in my life all throughout my life, right? And they've made terrible decisions and their life has went horrible. This was before I was ever a Christian. And I've realized this more and more often when it comes to people who are under religious pressure, right? And under religious pressure from their parents, the parents' heart was in the right place. Their methods were not. And I think, and that's where I'm drawing this distinction, because I don't think they're inherently bad or should be given tangential charges to murder. I think that would be silly if their kid made a poor decision, and nor do I think that child should be tried as an adult in that instance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. All I know is that if your child feels shame, that just means that they think that they are bad and everything that they do is bad, and that's why they don't want to confess or tell you or whatever. But guilt is okay, because that means I did something bad. But guilt is also an invitation to repentance. Shame is not. So that's like a very big distinction here. So yeah, shame is not a good thing, because it's never going to solve anything, because you're not going to know. So, but
this news guy is important because otherwise you won't know. Oh yeah, I'll be fine.
No, you're good. It's the guilt. You want people to feel guilt, but when you feel shame, kind of like how Adam felt shame in the garden. Yeah,
sure. But guilt absent shame is going to be misdirected the same. Like, you will misdirect your guilt if you don't understand where the guilt's coming from. That's where shame comes in. So I'm not saying that the shame is the only thing there. Obviously, there's a lot of guilt because the action they did was bad. But I'm saying they feel shameful because they don't want to disappoint those they love. This happens all the time, and it's not always just because of neglect, is what I'm saying.
Sure. Yeah, it may not stem from neglect. Yes, I can agree to that. Shame. Okay, I think people are missing the point when I say shame is not a good thing.
No, I just didn't think you understood what I was saying, because I wasn't saying that it was the only thing there. Guilt is obviously there too. It's just more so they have shame because they feel a certain way about what they did because of what their parents taught them, and it's very common in kids.
Sure. Well, maybe, because I'm gonna move on because this guy's been up here for a minute.
Yeah, I'll be quiet. I'm an idiot. You
Goof, thanks for your patience. Are you old enough to be here? Please be old enough to be here, because you've been up here for 10 minutes.
I'm not. I'm sorry about that. I was just interested in the top, but I'll head out. Have yourself a nice evening.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy work.
Well, I guess we can get back to the conversation.
Do we want to go back to the conversation?
I mean, there's someone else here.
Chicken beat me in the fourth debate we've ever had. That's the fourth time she beat me.
Oh. So I guess the chicken beats a raccoon or whatever animal that is on your profile pic? Is that supposed to be like a raccoon?
No, she beat me. She's a much better debater than me.
Oh.
Bro. Don't lie.
I'm not lying. You're a much better debater than me.
Oh, man. We had a guest, and then he went away. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, he was afraid of you. You just beat him.
Oh, my gosh. Stop that.
I think she's like BT3 level.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Hey, I still have that clip. Best clip ever.
Well, what clip?
When I was on your live, and I said BT3 was the best debater on TikTok.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, God. Wait, you said that the best clip of you ever was when you were on my panel? I feel like I have the W in there.
Yeah. I was on your panel, yes. And I clipped it.
Yeah, I get the W for that. That makes me happy.
Sure do.
So, Chicken, I don't think you understand how much I actually respect you. Like, as a person, like, in real life, absent dick dots.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello, Brandon. How are you doing?
Doing fine.
What are your thoughts on the prompt?
So are all of you guys Christian and not pro-life?
Besides protect, but yes.
Hey.
Okay.
No, protect is also.
So
Yes.
I don't understand how that's even possible.
Okay. So I am an abolitionist. So and so is Kaylee and Base Samuel. So we're not pro-life because there is a distinction between the two. So are you familiar with abolitionists?
Yeah. So you're against abortion?
Yes.
We're against abortion and pro-life.
Yeah, so we contend with both pro-life movement and the pro-choice movement.
Okay, so are you saying you're more like pro-birth?
No, so
You sit down with that language.
sure, but
Because if you're against abortion, you're pro-life.
we're pro-life. So,
No, just give him the stuff.
yeah. So an abolitionist, are you familiar with what an abortion abolitionist is?
To make it legal.
Sure, but so the abortion abolitionist position is a Christian who is seeking to establish equal human rights and equal justice to the glory of God. And we adhere to gospel-centered, aligned providentially through the church, engaging biblically, and we seek this immediately without any compromise.
Day after day that I
Okay. So can you just kind of give me a rundown of just your stance on abortion, just in general?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, abortion, never.
Hi guys,
Like I have there's no exceptions to murder, so abortion is the act of murder, and I have no exceptions for people to murder.
Luckily, self-defense doesn't exist as a principle in this scenario. So, it's always murder. It's always murder.
I think I agree with you, but I've gone live before on my channel and done these debates. But my prompt is I am pro-life and I am a Christian. So
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Hold on.
Let me ask you a question.
Wait, he wants to know the difference real quick, so just let me.
I was going to give you the question.
That's okay. I was trying to go on his panel a couple times, but he didn't let me up, so. Okay, the difference is, so the pro-life, and when I'm saying pro-life, I mean the mainstream pro-life, the ones who are, the ones that are, writing up legislation, the pro-life politicians, the right to life, those groups, they believe in a second victim narrative. Are you familiar with the second victim narrative?
No.
Okay, so women that have abortions are victims of committing.
Okay, yeah, I disagree with that. They've just...
So...
Really, today I'm pleased.
Right, agreed. So with pro-life legislation, they bake into laws that they are passing that pregnant women are never culpable for the act of abortion, for murdering their child. So whether they look for it, do it themselves with pills, or have it performed on them, they are not culpable for that. So it is completely legal for women to have abortions in all 50 states.
I really hate Trump, but Jesus Christ.
But also pro-life is just not inherently Christian. So like you don't have to be a Christian to be pro-life. And then with the mixture of worldviews, I don't see how you get anything done when you have a bunch of contradicting worldviews working together.
The sticks are taped, the jerseys are on.
So maybe I don't understand
It is time to do it for real here in the
pro-life
EASHL.
totally doesn't make sense because I know
Well, they're not
Christians that
based.
so I've never heard this stance. what you're talking about in the sense of what.
No, I think he's an incrementalist. He is.
Oh yeah, we'll see. So when it comes to abolitionists are also like when I said we seek this to be immediate without any compromise. When we say compromise, we're saying we will not. So if there's a state that says all 9 months you can have abortions, then a bill pops up that says, oh, it's a heartbeat bill. An abolitionist would not agree to a heartbeat bill because that bill would dishonor God. Because it's saying children, until they have a heartbeat, it's totally okay to murder them. And then after they have a heartbeat, they're still not protected because we can still commit murder on them. It's just illegal.
So even if I knew it would never be legal in that state, even if I had knowledge that it would always be legal in that state, if I didn't sign this legislation, I would not sign this legislation.
Yeah, and ultimately our grounding is scripture, so it's like if something disobeys God's word, we do not agree to it. So that's why like heartbeat bills or and another thing too is like we're not looking to end abortion. No abortions will stop. Okay, our goal is that when abortion happens, there's going to be equal justice for that murder committed. So we're not looking to lower the number of abortions. We're not looking to do any of that. We're seeking to establish equal human rights and equal justice.
I think we should have to.
The Icebreakers win the faceoff.
We should be able to give a sense and a time for people to change it. I think legislation that says no abortion period.
That's not what she's saying. I'm sorry.
No, that's she's saying.
She's saying if we do that, it needs to end abortion, but we understand that we're never going to end abortion.
Like, I know, so like, murder is illegal. Like, murder is illegal, rape is illegal. It still happens. Like, there's justice when those people are caught doing that. You understand? Like, this makes sense. And right now, God.
As to what kind of justification or like you criminalize them, put them in jail. Is that what you're saying?
Whatever the capital punishment is.
So the just punishment is capital punishment. When you commit murder, the just punishment is capital punishment. So what we are going for is so like in my state, if somebody commits murder, capital punishment is the punishment. And so we would just say equal justice. So we want it to be equal in the law. So abortion, murder through abortion is the same as murder with a gun. There's no difference. You're still murdering an innocent human being. So, but if there is a state that does not have capital punishment and the max punishment for a murder in like a state on the West Coast is 50 years in prison. Okay, well, as long as abortion, when that form of murder is committed, they have the equal punishment as